G'day, I'm Dave, and today we're looking at the basic principles of an electric motor. We tore down an orbital sander to compare some of the basic parts of an electric motor to the smaller model version. This first piece is called a stator, and on a classic little model, these two little magnets represent that part. With the orbital, they're actually using power to create an electromagnet, but it's doing the exact same thing as a fixed magnet. The only reason they don't use fixed is over time they do weaken, whereas electric, you can control the power for as long as the tool is in use. Your next portion of the tool is your armature, which is your main shaft that goes through. And if we look here, that's exactly what this center section is. There's no different. And then, of course, next is our commutator, which my simple way of remembering is it communicates the power from here to the windings. And if you look carefully, you'll see what there is actually a pair. There's one on this side, and it's matching on the opposite side. And in this particular tool, we only have two. We have the one, and we have the one on the opposite side. This one only has two. This one, of course, the more you put, the more even the power distribution, the more even the magnetic field, and the more power you can have in turning it. You can see the dirt here, which is from, I'll actually even just wipe off. All that is from your brushes wiping onto it. This one, we don't have wear down brushes. We actually just have two little steel springs. So over time, yes, that metal will wear, but it's a model to show you how it works. And all we're doing is we're putting the power onto the positive and negative side. That goes to the first winding, creates a field. It opposes the magnet turns. It now connects to the next windings, and in this case the winding is actually turned the opposite direction, so it now creates a pole in the opposite direction, so it switches from north to south, and it'll again repel, and it'll keep going until that motor just spins freely. We're just going to hook just 3 batteries. I just taped them together because this thing requires about 4 volts to spin it properly. You can even go less. The only problem is what happens is it doesn't create a strong enough magnetic field, so you might have to hand turn to get it started. And really, that's the simplicity of an electric motor. So whether you're dealing with something this size, dealing with something that size, same principle applies. Thanks for watching. If you have any comments, again, leave them below, and we'll see you next video.